Oh! Oh, okay. This here. Alright. Perfection. Well, maybe not perfection, but pretty close, I guess. Sorry if I sound weird. I just stopped crying for like 20 minutes. Long story short, I hate America. And all those big pharmaceutical companies and insurance companies can go fuck themselves. Anyway, let's play the game. Don't worry, I got everything solved after crying and calling people, but it was not fun. Alright, I think we're gonna finish today. I'm not exactly sure if we will or not, but I think there's only a couple hours of gameplay left. So hopefully, maybe we'll finish, and then after this, we were going to start Ace Attorney, because I love Ace Attorney so much. Okay, let's solve the case, you guys. Oh, okay, I don't know where we were last. Oh, right, we were stuck in this room here because I'm an idiot. Okay. The items is right here. We gotta look at the pen. The pen is dry. We can't write anything. But it can be fixed with nail polish remover. Huh? You can fix this with nail polish remover? What the? Why did that pop into my head all of a sudden? Well, might as well give it a try. If this is one of Hihaku's warehouses, there just might be some nail polish remover somewhere. Alright, y'all. Where would nail polish remover be? Maybe in the trash can. I don't know. My guess is that this room isn't used very often at all. If at all. Can't just wait. Oh, okay, okay, yeah. We've seen her say that. Okay, I don't... I thought that said shit for a minute. I was like, what? This is a whole new ball game. What was in these cardboard boxes again? Ah, disposed bottles and soap. I wonder if there could be... There it is. Nail polish remover. There's no label, but I'm sure that's what this is. What? What's up, Simon? You come to join me? I don't know if he did. I think he's just complaining. I don't think he likes his collar. But it looks so cute on him. He's got little milk cartons on it. And he's got a little bit of white fur, like, right above his little cat lips. It looks like he's got a milk staff. So it's perfect. Alright, so if I use this, do we have to combine them? Nail polish remover. Use on pen. The tip of the pen has been soaked in nail polish remover. I should be able to use the pen now, at least for a while. Alright. So we gotta write. Oh, we gotta write on the fax machine. Oh, do we now have paper? Yes, this is the phone number. It happened again. The number for a fax machine just popped into my head. There's no way all this information is coming from my own brain. Could someone be sending me their thoughts? Never mind. I have to focus. Let's get this message sent. Now, I need to tell them where I am. If I tell them everything I know about this place, they should be able to figure out where it is. First, I know I'm in a building owned by Hihaku, a factory or a warehouse. As for the address, it should be close to... That's right. My curse echo is the beckoning light. That means this place must be near Honjo Bridge. Okay, time to send it. I think this is how you do it? Alright. I have no idea how to use a fax machine either. We have one at my job. But we don't get faxes very often, and we never send faxes. So, it also doesn't work half the time. I feel like that's just because it's old technology and bad. And why do we still use it? I don't know. I don't get it. Email. It's right there. It's the same thing, basically. It's just better. Alright. The machine I sent it to is connected. It should be sent. Now I wait. Please, somebody. Alright, so we're gonna suspend here. We're gonna go here. Let's go get our fax. Oh, the phones? Be my guest. You wouldn't want to keep them waiting. Thank you. I shouldn't be long. Hello? Shigema Residence? Oh, it wasn't the phone. What's wrong? Nothing. It was just the fax machine. I'm still not quite used to it. Oh, this is a fax machine? Amazing! So this is how they look. I know this takes place in like the 80s. So, no cell phones or anything yet, so they don't know how bad they are, but it's okay. This is incredible! Goodbye to snail mail, am I right? This is the future! I didn't think it would excite you so much. Oh, something came out. Is it finished? I can watch this thing all day. What a goofball. Huh? What is this? It looks like it was written in pen, but... What's it say? What's it say? It says, help, I'm trapped in a Hihaku soaps warehouse or factory near Honjo Bridge. Huh? Hihaku? Why would somebody send me such a message? Am I being pranked? That is a very valid question, Harué. No, this is too fishy to be a coincidence. I wouldn't put it past Hihaku to have someone locked up if it's got anything to do with procuring the rights. We should check it out. Hopefully we don't find anything so sinister. Well, I don't know about you, but I think you're gonna find something a little sinister. I mean, a woman trapped in a warehouse is certainly not it's certainly not sinister, right? Alright, let's go to the factory. After looking around, I determined the abandoned factory is indeed Hihaku's. An abandoned factory near the Honjo Bridge. Everything lines up. So, the person who faxed us for help is in there? Let's find out. If there's nothing, we should wrap up fast. But isn't this place locked? Don't underestimate me, ma'am. I can make short work of a simple little lock like this. Oh my, you truly are something else. Please be careful then. Okay, so we can't go that way. Can we continue here now that they are coming? I'm not so sure. Will someone come and save me? Oh, poor girly girl. Switchboard. Okay. Maybe we'll just sit and wait. Or not. Because I don't think we can continue with Yako and Mio. I just don't think so. Steel shelf. Is there anything in these boxes? No? Anything else in the cardboard boxes, maybe? No. Mirror? Look at how pretty we are. No, Mayu, this isn't the time to start feeling sorry for yourself. Just watch. I'm gonna get out of here in no time. Sink. Hope I don't have to use it. Okay, what about the air duct? I bet I could fit in the air duct, but that doesn't matter if I can't find a way in. Yeah, okay, I guess. Someone come and save me. Okay. Oh, manga magazine? Weekly Shonen Scorpion? I think Kajime used to read this. Even at his age, he liked these series about delinquents. No, not the time to get caught up reminiscing. Damn. Poor lady. Her husband was killed. Now she's trapped. Piece of paper stuck to the front. Okay. That's quite the collection of words. Maybe, is there anything else in the left locker? Maybe? No. Okay, so here we are. You can try this. If Hihaku was no good, I don't know if we have any other options. Okay. In which case, is waiting for her secretary the only thing we can do? Has Mio been doing stuff like this all by herself up until now? It's so dangerous, and there's so many unknowns. Must be so tough for her. No wonder it'd be hard to make friends. Something the matter? Nope, let's go for it. I'm sure we'll be fine. I mean, we've managed to get this far. Hey, Mio, you know. Yeah? You might not look it, but you've got a bold side. A little reckless, even. Huh? You think? I suppose. Things not going to plan is just a part of life in this world. No, I mean it. I think it's a good thing. I'm the same way. I feel like we get along well together. Maybe that's one reason why. Oh, yeah, thanks. Maybe we can think. Barging in suddenly didn't work out. This might be nothing more we can do. Okay. Maybe if we start from the beginning of this chapter? I don't know, because we can't continue anywhere else. Let's try restarting. South Warigesui Street. I know we're supposed to be finding that Record of Fate's Yin Scroll thing, but it sure would be nice if we had more of a lead to work with. Right now, our only option is to try and trace the bloodline of that Onmyoji Seimin Tsuchimikado today. But he's not a legitimate descendant of his family, so the library doesn't have anything about it. And since we've got nothing so far, we find ourselves here. Indeedly we do. So this is the Hihaku Soap's headquarters. So we're thinking that one of the high-ranking people here is most likely the mastermind. Chairwoman Yamamori, was it? Wait, are chairwomen high-ranking? Isn't the most important person at a company the president? I'm not sure, but she's definitely an important person. Even if we're able to meet with her, what do we talk with her about? I can't just waltz in there and ask her if she knows about the Yin scroll out of nowhere. Well, nothing ventured, nothing gained, as they say. Ooh, is that your working style, Mio? Well, whenever I find myself out of options, I usually just jump right into the thick of it. Oh, if you're scared, I don't mind going in myself. Scared? As if. Think of me as your trusty bodyguard. I don't mind going big and taking a chance. Oh yeah, there's the Yako I know. There were a bunch of police cars speeding by here earlier. I wonder if something happened. Must be. I've seen a few police officers and they looked like they were on edge. Could Inspector Tsutsumi have let that Nejima escape and everyone scrambling to find him? Oh, after we put all the effort we put into gathering that information, that would be unfortunate. Oh, Mio, what about that one guy? That one Inspector Tsutsumi checked with. I forget his name. Oh, right. Apparently he never heard from Nakagoshi. Not that we have a way of contacting him directly anyway. We'd just have to leave a message with the Paranormal Affairs Bureau's messenger and hope it reaches him. I cannot fucking read today. Holy shit. He's always the one who contacts me, and even then, it's only instructions. Well, I guess we're in a tight spot then. We won't get anywhere just waiting around. Let's do the best we can, working on our own. Okay, so that's the same. I don't think there's anything else. Maybe we can think. Now then, can we really just barge in there and expect it to go well? Now, shall we? Wait. Sorry, hold on just a minute. No problem. We can take our time. No? Okay. We'll just go in. Let's barge inside. Alright, let's give this a shot. Excuse us. Looks like we're out of luck. Who knew you needed an appointment months in advance to meet a chairwoman? Turns out she's super duper important. Even the receptionist gave us the cold shoulder after realizing we were just students. Maybe her private secretary would hear us out, but they seem to be out at the moment. In that case... What the heck? What the hecky? I'm not smart enough for this, apparently. These aren't unlocked. Okay. I guess we don't have a choice but to figure it out here, right? Like, there's gotta be something, right? Did the fax work? I can only hope the person who gets it will come help me. Just keep checking the fax machine. You should get a confirmation page usually, right? Isn't that how fax machines work? Oh, my freaking neck today, bro. Ugh. Nothing useful in these boxes. There's electricity in this room. I mean... Can't we, like, use the shelf to, like, climb or something? And we can rip open the metal. Will someone come and save me? Yes. They're on their way. Doesn't have any soul dregs. No matter what, using this curse would be wrong. I'm not gonna even think about it. You know what? Good for you. Won't do much good on my manicure now that it's mixed with a bunch of ink. Oh, no, I meant to hit pen. An oil-based pen, it should work now. Okay. Soap! Yep, probably for industrial use. You're right. Mop. It's pretty long, so I should be able to clean things with fire without getting myself dirty. And there's nothing in the desk, and there's nothing in the cabinets. And we don't want to read this magazine. Yeah. Think. It's always the last thing I think of, and it's the think button. From now on, we are just hitting the think button constantly the rest of the game. I just remembered that I heard the rules of this rite of resurrection when I got the curse stone. But killing other people to bring someone back? That's out of the question. Are you sure? Hajime would never accept sacrificing another person to come back himself. And none of this was ever an option to begin with. The way we lived, ever since we were kids, we were always ready to die if that's what it came to. We'd never take our foot off the gas just because we were scared of death. We were never such big fans of living anyways. Mood! Relatable content! That's why we were always prepared for it. I used to wonder if we took things a little too lightly. But that's just how much we trusted each other. So I have no use for some shitty rite. And that's the truth, Hajime. Okay. So, we're just gonna hit the button again. I think I've done all that I could do. All that's left now is to wait. Well, what am I supposed to do while I wait? Hi, Simon. What? I fed you. What do you want? What? What, Simon? He's so talkative. Chemical, flammable, liquid, ventilation, if leaked, equipment integrity, thoroughly. That's quite the collection of words. Sure fucking is. There's a note in the middle drawer. Alkyl benzylene, benzoyl chloride, sulfonic acid, sodium hydroxide. Yes, those are chemicals. Maybe if we mix those chemicals, we can destroy things. I don't know what to do. Oh, okay. That... Okay. And then there's nothing else, right? Okay, now we just gotta figure this out. Oh, God. Huh? What is it? That person coming this way. What, that tall guy? Do you know him? Yeah, from a little while back. Mr. Yumioka, over here. Oh. You're Gamyoto's manager, Mr. Yumioka, yes. Good to see you again. Miss Kurosuzu. What a coincidence running into you here. Gamyoto? Yumioka? So what kind of person is this guy? A criminal! He's been trying to avoid eye contact with Mio since he noticed it was her. Something's fishy. How have things been since we last met? If she just stays with her training, she won't have to rely on cheating people anymore. Yes, she's been keeping at it. Cheating people? Miss Kurosuzu, I'm so glad to see you're doing well. I assure you, we've had no issues you need to concern yourself with. You gotta tell me what happened. A case from a while back. A family overseeing a reliquary came to us saying they were being investigated by someone suspicious. Investigated? A psychic named Suigen Gamyoto suddenly showed up. She said that she had a premonition that something terrible would happen and had to exorcise the temple immediately. Sounds like a cover for a burglary. After they notified the police, I was dispatched there by Paranormal Affairs. I inspected the place myself, but didn't see anything wrong, so I sent them away. He acted as Gamyoto's manager during the case. That is pretty suspicious. Apparently, she was looking for something there, but I told her that's no excuse for fraud and sent her off with a scolding. And honestly, Gamyoto didn't even have much spirit sense to speak of, which soured my mood on the whole thing. Right, so she was one of those types then. Well, she's involved in all kinds of stuff, so she may at least be knowledgeable about paranormal objects. But essentially, she's one of those fraudulent psychics that are so common nowadays. Like he's a little too nervous for just running into an acquaintance. Hate is radiating off of him. He really doesn't like Mio. If you have no further business with me, then I'll be on my... Oh, before you go, Gamyoto seemed to know a lot about paranormal objects. It would be a huge help if we could ask her about something. And what might that be? Is she familiar with an ancient text called Record of Fate's Yin Scroll? Or anything about the descendants of an Onmyoji named Seimen Tsuchi Mikado? I beg your pardon? Miss Kurosuzu, how do you... So you do know about it. I see. If that's what you're after, then that means... Hold it! Don't tell me you're trying to snatch up some innocent schoolgirls this time. Stop right there! Huh? Yes! You go, girl! If it isn't Yumioka, what a pleasure to see you again. Mayu Chozawa, what are you doing here? Huh? Chozawa? This investigator here helped me out. You really did a number on me. What do you know? We just so happen to have some business with Hihaku ourselves. Why don't you join us? You can do that much for us, can't you? You work for Hihaku, after all. Depending on how this conversation goes, I won't have to get the police involved. Huh? You work for Hihaku? What's going on? There's really no way you can refuse, though, is there? You two young ladies must be involved as well. Would you care to join us? Oh, sure. It is all coming together, boys. Quite the view, isn't it? How long can you play dumb with this many people lined up and wanting answers from you? You'd better just give in and come clean with everything you know. Ugh. Think. Wow, seeing a bunch of adults around another adult like this is pretty wild. I love you, Yako. She's Mayu Chizawa, the fiancée of Hajime Yoshimi, the police officer. I'll have to talk to her about Hitomi later. We were introduced briefly earlier, but this flashy guy is a private investigator. I thought they were only like that on TV shows, but I guess they're pretty intense in real life, too. She was only introduced as the investigator's client. She's cool. It feels like we wouldn't stand a chance against a full-grown woman like her. But Mio is amazing too, keeping her cool at a time like this. She must be so used to dealing with adults by now. Alright, we're gonna talk to everybody, but... Excuse me, are you new to all of this too? Oh, I guess I'm kinda just tagging along. Me too. Let's make sure not to get in the way, shall we? Right! Excuse me, I had no idea that Gemyodo was connected with Hihaku. So I'd just like to ask, was it Miss Yamamori from Hihaku Soaps who obtained the record of fates and passed it on to Araishi? No, that was not the case. Oh, my mistake. Was it Suiden Gemyodo's doing then? No, it was not. We first learned of the record of fates from Mr. Araishi. And it was then that Miss Yamamori gained an interest and extended a contract to compensate him in return for his research and findings. Then who was it that activated the Feast of Shadows to call forth the curse of the Seven Mysteries? I give you my word that we had no part in that. We had learned from Araishi beforehand that something would happen at midnight last night, that is all. Hey, there's no way that's true! Stop lying! I must ask that you please refrain from violence. Hold on, Yako, it's alright. The minute I learned that Gemyodo was none other than the Queen of Hihaku herself, I felt that was the case. She doesn't have a strong enough spirit sense for it. Oh, gotcha. Ugh, well, it is somewhat shameful. If you require proof, then so be it. What, so that attack of supernatural powers was just hot air? I don't think she has zero spirit sense, but even Yako here has more than her. I do? Also, the spirit power lingering in this park has been bothering me for quite some time. The person who died here must have had considerably powerful spirit sense. If they were a Hihaku employee, then maybe they should have been the one running things. My, to think Shogo Okie was so talented. At any rate, Hihaku wasn't the mastermind behind exposing the record of fates to the world and initiating the Feast of Shadows. I think we can be sure about that. Alright. And you know about the record of fates Yin Scroll too, don't you? If you were researching the Rite of Resurrection and the record of fates, then you must have looked into the Yin Scroll as well. That's right. The record of fates alone wasn't enough to learn how to collect soul dregs. I'm sure you looked into many things on your own, but how much do you actually know? Who and where Seimin Tsuchi Mikado's descendants are, Were you able to find that sort of information with Gamyero's connections?
I can't reveal that.
Who and... Oh. Can't reveal that. Okay. Now then, I've come to hand over the Haunting Clapper's curse stone, like I've promised. A curse stone?
Thank you. I have to admit, I'm surprised that you are a man of your word.
But first, I've got some questions about the curse stones you already have.
What exactly do you want to know?
Earlier, you said that Hihaku has collected 6 curse stones already. 6? I'd like to confirm which of the 7 mysteries they correspond to.
And why do you need to know that?
Because I don't trust, of course. If you really collected them, like you say, you'd have no problem saying which curse stones they are, right?
First, the Whispering Canal.
Good, good. What else?
Mayu Chozawa over there has the Beckoning Light.
Yep, you were the one who made sure I got it. What? Unfortunately for you, I don't feel like handing it over. So I don't think it counts as one of yours. Good to know. Anyway, do continue.
Next, there's the Ever-Burning Lantern, which we gave to Hideki Araishi.
So you consider that one of Hihaku's, then? Whatever, we'll worry about that later. That's 3. What about the others?
Well, the others are... the Foot Washing Mansion and the Evergreen Beach.
What?
And lastly, the Fool's Procession, if I recall.
So you claim. How about it, mademoiselle? That's wrong. Those 3 are with Inspector Tsutsumi. I gave the Fool's Procession to him myself, so I know he's wrong. There you have it. Too bad for you, pal. If our agreement was founded on lies, then I'd have no duty to hand over my curse stone like I'd promised. Meaning the only curse stone you have is the Whispering Canal. And it inevitably follows that you used it to kill that young man at Kinchiburi Park. Such a horrible act, and to your own employee, no less.
No, there you are mistaken. To be entirely frank with you, we do not possess a single curse stone.
What?
We plan to collect soul dregs, using any method available to us, of course, and as we needed the right. But committing murder ourselves was too much a risk. We intended on having others collect the soul dregs for us.
Is that so?
Therefore, I myself have no soul dregs in my possession. It was our plan to arrange for particularly greedy individuals to receive the curses.
What?
It is possible Shogo Okie came to possess the Whispering Canal because of that. But by the time I became aware of this, he was already dead.
I don't believe you. Are you really trying to talk your way out of this now? Or do you really want me to believe a Hihaku employee was cursed by a complete coincidence?
That is the truth, whether you believe me or not. It must have been someone else entirely who took Shogo Okie's stone and killed him. I have no idea whatsoever whose hands the Whispering Canal is in now, nor where it may be.
Could it really be? Then it wasn't Hihaku who put the idea in Fumichika Nejima's head to get a curse stone either.
Nejima? The only ones we negotiated with are Iwai and Araishi.
Interesting. Excuse me, but does that mean you don't know the location of the remaining curse stones either? There's one that hasn't been mentioned. What about the Taiko of Sugaru? Ooh, good question, my mysterious mademoiselle.
I'm afraid we have no information in that regard either. Have you heard enough about your curse stones? I have nothing else to tell you.
I'll cut to the chase then. Are you the ones who killed Hajime Yoshimi?
No, we did not.
Don't try and play dumb now. If not you, then who?
Not much, I don't know. Well, it is true that we were after the information he possessed. He was killed by someone else before we could acquire it, which forced us to target you instead, Miss Chozawa.
And that's why you forced me to talk and why I ended up with this curse, huh?
Indeed. Though I never thought you would escape.
Well, it took a couple of miracles, but yeah, I got out. And just what information did Hajime have that you wanted? You really think you can get away without answering now?
But...
Yep, he's clearly shaken. It feels like he's desperately racking his brain for a way to get out of this. It's almost hard to watch. Who and where Seimin Tsuchimikado's descendants are? Were you able to find that sort of information with Gamyoto's connections?
I can't reveal that.
Then would you prefer I expose to the public how Gamyoto is a fraud with almost zero spirit sense?
Fine, I understand. From the results of our independent research, I found that Seimin Mikado's descendant was Hajime Yoshimi.
What? So that's why you went after Hajime.
However, Hajime Yoshimi was only carrying a fragment of the whole.
A fragment?
That's right.
That's right. He did say something about a fragment of an old manuscript.
The location of the Yin scroll was hidden. This information was split into two and hidden in a pair of talismans, which were then passed down from generation to generation.
Ah, talismans! I see.
Hajime Yoshimi was supposed to have one, but it was almost certainly stolen when he was killed. It's possible that he knew the location of the other as well.
So that's why you questioned me about the things he'd inherited. That girl Hajime has been helping recently must have had it then. Oh! Michio's talisman!
Yes, Michio Shiraishi was also likely a descendant of Seimin Tsuchimikado.
What?
The talisman she carried as a keepsake from her father. We searched for it based on Miss Chozawa's memories. However...
Michio Shiraishi was already dead.
Yes, by coincidence, she happened to be closely connected to Mr. Iwai, so we began our investigation there.
But he was already dead too, leaving you in the quandary. I see. Mio, if we can get both of the talismans... Yep, we'll know the location of the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll. Wow, sometimes the answer's right under your nose. Sometimes those answers are the hardest to find. Yako, let's keep quiet about the location of the talisman for now, okay? Ah, right. No need for you, Miyoka, to know. That was a close one. I almost let it slip. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. What is it, mademoiselle? Would you be willing to give up the curse stone you have?
I guess you have a point. They're too dangerous to carelessly walk around with in one's pockets. However, sorry to disappoint you. That's not possible at the moment.
And why is that?
Ah, you don't know, do you? And I'll tell both you and our friend from Hyaku over there. I doubt any of you have attempted it yet. But it seems that curse stones cannot be given to normal people.
Huh?
What? I actually tested it with the madam here earlier. Even if you give the curse stone to somebody else, the curse bearer doesn't change, and the stone eventually makes its way back to the bearer. It's almost obvious when you think about it, seeing as how the curse stones appeared to the curse bearers of their own accord to begin with. But Inspector Tsutsumi has collected curse stones from other curse bearers. Then Inspector Tsutsumi must be a curse bearer himself.
Ah. So, from what you're saying, curse stones can only be transferred between curse bearers. And obtaining a curse stone alone doesn't make someone a curse bearer, so they can't use its curse. Exactly, so they aren't quite as dangerous as you think. As for Hihaku's intention of collecting the curse stones for themselves, unfortunately for them, it was never going to work unless there's a curse bearer among them. Ugh. That damn Araishi. How could he not know this? That must be why I sensed that I couldn't take Yako's curse stone. I returned it right away when I borrowed it from her earlier. That's precisely how it works, my mysterious mademoiselle. I'll give mine directly to Inspector Sutsumi later. If you know Inspector Sutsumi, then I think that's best. Thank you. Okay, I think that's about all we have to ask him. We'll let you off for today, since you went along with our questions nicely. A pleasure working with you. We're done here.
But the information you have...
The hell are you whining about? I said we're done, so scram.
That's our business as well, so I shall be bidding you all farewell.
Yes, right. Excuse me, Mr. Investigator. Please don't forget about that curse stone.
Don't you fret. I'll hand it over to Inspector Sutsumi like I promised. I'm glad I didn't end up having to give it to that Yamioka. Let's take our leave, madam. With this, we'll be freed from this troublesome curse ourselves.
Okay, yeah, right. What a liar. That lady and the investigator. We should keep an eye on them. Agreed. Really? Why? I think they're up to something, but just my intuition, but still. Yeah, I wonder what that investigator really wanted out of all this. If his goal was getting information about the curse stone, then this might be bad. Oh, right. I got one of those curse stones too. The beckoning light. Oh, right. If you wouldn't mind, would you give it to Inspector Sutsumi without using it? Yeah, sure, if you introduce me to the cop, that is. I feel like if I keep carrying it around with me, I'll start getting some weird ideas, too. Oh. I don't know why I minimized there for a second. I just remembered, Mayu. I have something important to tell you. Whoa, what's with all the yelling all of a sudden? You know a girl named Hitomi Okuda, don't you? Really? Hitomi has Hajime's talisman? Yes. He entrusted it to her in a panic just before his death. He sensed an imminent crisis closing in on him, but Hitomi was the only one around he could ask for help. That's so... I'm sorry she got left with such a big responsibility. That must mean that Hajime got killed by someone who was after that talisman. But since he gave it to someone else, they couldn't steal it like they wanted to. I'll have to thank Hitomi for that. I also think it's going to be hard for us to get her to give up that talisman. Yeah, you may be right. It was Hajime's dying request to her. So you two need the talisman for something? Yeah! Personally, I'd like to use the talisman as bait. And then I could get my hands on the bastard that killed Hajime. Please, I promise we'll uncover the mastermind behind all this. They probably have supernatural abilities at their disposal. Please leave them to us. Yeah, we'll catch them. Don't you worry. Well, look at that. You've got that look in your eyes. That look that young people get that says they'll get something done no matter what it takes. How am I supposed to say no to that? You go find them and give them what they deserve for what they did for my Hajime, you hear? We will. I'm pretty mad at them myself. If punches won't work on them, if punches work on them, I'll give them good ones. Now I can get behind that. I'll leave it to you two. Now then, your next move should be to find Hitomi and get that talisman. Though, isn't there one more talisman that you need? Right, but we've got a pretty good idea of where the one Michio had is. We'll have to check with Inspector Tsutsumi about that. We should go back to the school and call him. Okay, you got it. I'll head for the high school now and wait for you there. Perfect. Hell yeah! Alright. I think we're gonna continue this line here, because I'm more interested. I'm more interested with this. Oh my god, a high school! Woo! There he is! Hold on. Ah, shit, I'm out of water. Oh well. Mr. Tsutsumi, this is Mayu Chozawa.
So you're the one. The Sumida police was looking for you. Glad to see you're alright.
Sorry, I should have told someone I was okay. I was just so pissed off. Falling right into Hihaku's hands, I got myself into some deep shit.
Hihaku seems like they're still up to something. We'll have to make sure they clean up their act once and for all. Get it? Because they sell soap?
Nice one, boss. You're really on top of your game today.
Stop trying to make me feel better. I shouldn't have said anything.
More importantly, Mayu, thank you for your cooperation with Yoshimi. We'll get to the bottom of it, I promise. Oh, you must be Detective Ario. I heard a lot about you from Hajime. I'll be counting on you. Catch whoever did this, no matter what. Mayu rushed to Hitomi's place and back for us. She's been trying to appear calm, but I'm sure she must still be in shock. Not sure why, but I feel fired up. Feels like we're close to the moment of truth. I think Mio feels the same. I bet he's making jokes and stuff at a time like this because he doesn't want to stress us out. I wonder if he's able to stay so calm because of experience, or if he's just that kind of person. Detective Ario was nice enough to get us something to drink earlier. Seeing a detective take time for little things like that helps put my mind at ease a little. They've all but finished investigating the crime scene, and the police have mostly left. But they're letting us use the school as our base of communication, as per Inspector Tsutsumu's request. Oh, guys, is there anything else that we can look at? Nope. Come to think of it, did old man Aishimiya end up getting away? Ugh, so the word's out already, huh? He was cornered but managed to take a hostage and escape, is what I heard on the radio. What happened after that? So that's all they're reporting. Here's what really happened. He was killed? And the hostage was Tsutsumu's daughter, whose whereabouts is still unknown? Yep, his daughter showing up was a huge surprise. Even Boss couldn't believe it.
Damn it. The hell do you expect? No one could have seen that coming.
So, there's already an emergency search underway for her as a key witness and suspect. I'll be rejoining the search for her after we're done here. Key witness and suspect. But wasn't she a hostage? Could she have killed Nejima and fled the scene? Well, it's just a possibility.
If we're talking possibilities, might as well tell them everything. It's very likely that Nejima was killed by a curse stone.
What? By a curse bearer? Oh, it's already evening, so the effect of Feast of Shadows would be starting to return.
Yeah, which makes it likely that a curse was used to kill him.
Boss, you're repeating yourself. Try to calm down for a sec. But that would mean the inspector's daughter is probably a curse bearer, right?
Huh? Did you say something? Maybe I'm losing my hearing in my old age.
Boss, you can hear fine. Don't play the old man card every time you want to get out of something. We even talked about how she might have the Taiko of Sugaru, if that's the case.
Did we? My memory is a little hazy.
You've got a soft spot for your daughter, don't you, Inspector? Grr.
It's a little too close to home now.
But either way, we have to find her as soon as possible. We sure do. And that's why we'll be doing this. One more thing. There's a very good chance that his daughter has Michio Shiraishi's talisman. All the more reason for you to get back to that search. Best of luck.
What the hell has she gotten herself into? I heard you had a curse stone too.
Yeah, I should give it to you then, right? Those things really are a pain in the ass. I'll gladly hand it over to you before it starts giving me any crazy ideas.
So this is the beckoning light, huh? Alright, safe and sound with me. Sorry you won't be able to bring him back.
Don't worry about it. He and I were always prepared for the worst anyway.
What the?
What's wrong?
Damn. The trigger for the beckoning light's curse. This is some serious shit.
Yeah, I thought so too. That's why I said it'd give me weird ideas. See what I mean now? How's it work?
I'll leave you a note you can read later. We have more important things to worry about now.
Right. Mr. Sitsumi, does that make it 5 curse stones that you've gathered now?
Should be. I want to get the other 4 under wraps as soon as we can.
Let's see, I have no idea about the Whispering Canal. Someone made off with the one-sided reed, which Nejima had.
Yeah, damn shame.
After that, you said earlier that the Taiko of Sugaru might be with your daughter, Inspector.
Well, let's set that one aside for now. So we can assume that curse bearers are still prowling around out there with those ones. What a headache. Hopefully we can find them soon.
Oh, Mayu, did you meet with Hitomi? Yeah, I met her at the spot I was told. She was acting tough, but I think the incident with Hajime has her really shaken up. I briefly explained our situation and had her give me Hajime's talisman. Here, this is what you were looking for, right? The Yang talisman. That means the other one is the Yin talisman. Yes, I believe that's it. Thank you so much. Mr. Sitsumi, about this?
Right, you should hold on to it, Mio. Not like we could use it as is. Try to figure out what we'll need to do once we get both halves together.
Understood. I'll see what I can do. Do you know where the other talisman is? Yes. Probably. This is Hajime's last job. Finish it for him, okay? We will. I guess this is the end of his family line too, huh? All the people who inherited that talisman before him are already all gone. Damn. Oh, Mr. Sitsumi. I received a message from Paranormal Affairs earlier. It wasn't from Nakagoshi, but I had someone look into something for me.
So even the desk jockeys are lending a hand. Brings a tear to your eye. So what'd they say?
Right, about the Onmyoji woman who was in Edo at the time of the Honjo incident. She was a person of great beauty and discerning taste, but also shamelessly did whatever she wanted. It seemed to match the person seen in the resentful memory for the foot-washing mansion.
So she must be the one who fought with Seaman over the right.
And they found out that her name was Ashino.
Ashino, huh? What else?
That's all.
That's not much help.
Oh, but apparently she was quite the powerful Onmyoji. And she died bearing a similarly powerful resentment. It's possible that she became a vengeful spirit with a connection to the 7 mysteries.
A vengeful spirit?
If any descendants of Ashino, or people otherwise closely aligned with her, live today, there's a possibility that that spirit awakened and possessed them. Yeah, you mentioned before that spirits can possess people who are closely in sync with them. Though this, of course, doesn't mean the spirit houses her complete personality. Her resentment and her spirit power, those are the parts of her that would have the strongest influence.
Since Seimon's descendants are still around in the present, it wouldn't be surprising if Ashino's were too. They might just be desk jockeys, but they wouldn't give us this info if it was only speculation. They must have found some amount of evidence looking into abnormal phenomena or things like that.
Oh, the Feast of Shadows.
There it is, abnormal phenomena.
Mio, what do you mean? The person who initiated the curse this time, who we've been calling the Mastermind, they might be possessed by a vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji named Ashino, the enemy of Seimon. Do we have any idea who they could be or where to find them? Like, if you looked at them, Mio, would you be able to tell right away? It's like how I didn't realize that Michio had fused with your consciousness, Yako. Common spirits will leak spirit energy left and right, so I can notice them just by looking carefully. But when spirits of a higher caliber fuse with someone's consciousness, detecting them isn't so simple. Oh. I'm sorry. My skills still need a lot of work, and I don't have anything else to offer. Mio, that's not true at all. You're fine. We'll make this work somehow or other. Thanks. Basically, I believe the mastermind behind everything is a woman possessed by the vengeful spirit of the Onmyoji, Ashino. I see. Is this mastermind also the one who killed Hajime trying to get the record of Fatesian scroll? Yes, I think that's very likely. So that's how it is, huh? Then I want you to catch them no matter what.
No, is that everything we needed to chat about? If you don't need anything else, we'll be going back to the search.
There actually is one thing.
What's that?
Just completely hypothetically. Hypothetically, what if the inspector's daughter was the mastermind? I mean, she's a woman. It seems like she was after the talismans.
Sorry, I don't really understand what you mean.
Boss, come on, we gotta look at the facts. But that would mean Inspector Tsutsumi would also have to be one of Ashino's descendants. Oh, right. You're just a normal person, right, Inspector? Unless that's why you're so resistant to the paranormal.
Don't believe I've ever heard anything about being related to some Onmyoji.
Oh.
But, well, if you put it like that, her being the mastermind, it's possible.
Really?
I say possible, but I mean unlikely is what I want to think. Damn it, I don't even want to imagine it.
Boss, if we're gonna consider it, we have to do it properly. No dragging your heels about it.
No, it's not that. There's something I never told her. Never wanted to tell her. The truth is, she's not my real daughter.
What?
20 years ago. Well, it's a long story, but we took her in when she was just a baby.
Do you know anything about her birth parents?
You could say I do, I guess, but really, I don't know anything.
What's that supposed to mean? I don't get it.
Ario, you heard what I said, didn't you?
Just now? About 20 years ago? No, boss, that can't be! Nejima's...
That's right. When we arrested Fumichika Nejima, there was a baby at his house on the brink of death. That was my daughter, Ayame Tsutsumi. She goes by Ayame Tono now.
What?
Someone had to take care of her. A baby holds no blame for the circumstances she came from.
But boss, according to Nejima, that baby... It's his former lover reincarnated using black magic. What?
Personally, I think that story is bullshit.
According to Nejima... My goodness. It's hard to believe from Nejima's behavior, but could it really be true?
I've got a few doubts. We have to question whether the Shino woman ever really existed in the first place. There are no records of her, and no body was found. Her name never came up once during the investigation. Even if this woman really existed, I am skeptical that someone could be reincarnated as a baby through black magic.
I agree. No matter how you look at it, a spell with that effect is hard to believe. Even the supernatural has rules that must be followed. Seems more likely he deluded himself, not wanting to recognize that a spell he risked his life on failed to work.
That's my thinking, too. The more natural conclusion is that the baby is his and Shino's, and that she died in childbirth. As long as we don't know Shino's origins, we have to consider the possibility that she could be a descendant of Ashino.
If nothing else, their names are pretty similar. Okay, assuming all of that is true for a moment, Ayame getting taken away by Nejima and then killing him, that would mean she killed her own father.
Calm down, this is all still conjecture. But now that Nejima's dead, we have no means to investigate. So regardless of everything, there's only one thing that matters. She's my daughter. As her parent, I'm responsible for her. Nothing can change that.
I understand.
Alright, we should get back to the search. We'll find her and clear up all this.
Yes, sir!
The talisman you young ladies are looking for has something to do with this as well. I'd appreciate it if you could help us find it. So, if anything happens, please call the police.
We will. I'm worried about Hitomi, so I'm gonna go head to where she is. I'll be waiting to hear some good news from y'all. Ooh. Ooh. That was a lot. That was intense. Woo! Alright. Before we continue, I'm going to go get me some more water, because I'm very, very thirsty. I'll be right back. Oh, I bumped the microphone. I'm so sorry. Okay. I have water. I have taken a sip. I'm gonna take another sip. Delicious. Alright. Let's go. I love those lights. I don't know if I've said that before, but they're so pretty. We've received an update on the hostage situation. The 56-year-old male suspect who announced his intent to commit mass murder in Sumida City today had taken a woman hostage and gone on the run, but was found by the police in a park in Sumida after 4 p.m. and confirmed dead. The weapon the suspect was said to possess was nowhere to be found on site, and its whereabouts are currently unknown. Furthermore, the female hostage was not present. The search for her continues. Interesting. If it's being reported on the news, then that lends credence to her story. Anyways, I should ask about her side of the story. He was quite shaken just moments ago, but he seems better now. You'd think it'd be hard for him to keep his cool. Jump scare. Ayame Tono jump scare. I wonder what her intentions are. How's she able to act like nothing happened? Is this just how girls are these days? Well, it's just like I said, right? The female hostage mentioned on the news just now, that must have been you. Which means you killed Nejima with your own curse stone. Well, you said you'd give me refuge, so I came to take you up on that offer. What are you planning? Me? Well, obviously. I'm on to my last resort. So you're a curse bearer with a curse stone too, right? Are you surprised? Yes, I have a curse stone of my own. It's the Taiko of Sugaru. Then why go after other people's curse stones? Because killing people's bad, you know? Don't you think so too? It depends on the person. Her killing Nejima, her father, most likely her father, was not a bad thing to do. Because he was a horrible human being that should not have been left alive in the first place. Killing criminals is not necessarily a bad thing. I mean, yes, it depends on the type of criminal they are. If they're a mass murderer chopping up high school girls for black magic rituals, then yeah, you know, I don't think it's that bad to kill a guy who's killed a bunch of girls. The high school girls who barely lived their life. I can't say yes or no to this. Like, I can see either way. I mean, yes, killing a regular Joe Schmo is not great. No. But I don't know in what context she's asking this question. Does she mean your regular Joe Schmo? Or does she mean, you know, a bad person? I'm just gonna agree. You're right, it's wrong to kill people for the sake of resurrection. Right? And it's not even 1 for 1, so it's hardly a fair exchange. Either way, that's why I wanted to only use soul dregs gathered by others. But that didn't work out in the end. No one had the backbone to use their curse. The world's gone soft. With no one mercilessly using their curse in pursuit of their own goals, I had to take matters into my own hands. I heard Namigaki, that young man you were with, used his curse stone too. Huh? How do you know that? Creepy much? Are you stalking me? I may have heard it from a detective I know. Oh, there it is. Cops. Betcha know a bunch. I know your type. People who boast just because they know a couple of cops. But the police is filled with nothing but scum. You seem to hold quite a grudge against the force. Speaking of, this guy's really creeping me out. What's the deal with him anyway? You gonna explain? Even the way he moves is all weird and exaggerated. Right, I haven't introduced myself yet. No, thank you. I love her. So, what were we talking about again? Oh, right, Yutaro Namigaki. He's no good, honestly. He was such a wuss, I had to spur him on so many times for him to even use his curse. And even then, he was pissing his pants. And just when I take my eyes off him, he hands over his curse stone to someone. Honestly, he's a disappointment. So that's what happened. Which is why I figured I had to do it myself if I wanted it done right, you know? That's why, that's what my last resort is. Collecting soul dregs on my own. Let me introduce myself. It's hard to talk as strangers. It is, and you're okay telling me who you are. Well, I won't stop you. Do as you please. Well, I am Haruo Shigema, and this is my house. My father and husband are both with the police. Is that so? Then you know that cops are just the worst people, right? Well, there are certainly many who are cold, especially with their own family. In a police family, one is always expected to just grin and bear it, no matter what happens. God, I know, right? What a relief you understand. I think we might get along. Oh, well, I'm glad then. And I'm Richter Kai, private investigator. Ugh, did I ask? You're an investigator? So your job is to sneak around and follow people to pry into their secrets, right? Huh, is that why you keep probing me with all these questions? Ugh. Guess there's not much I can do to change that terrible impression you've got of me. Hey, lady, why are you working with this dude? I asked him to look into something for me. Really? It's just that he keeps looking this way. Isn't your father a police officer as well? That man is not my father, not in name or deed. Sounds like there's some bad blood there. I've already legally cut all ties. He even had the nerve to act all high and mighty today and still refused to help me. You met him today? Yes, today. Remember that chief Sitsumi who's chasing Nejima? That's him, my dad. What? You're his daughter? Former daughter. I've cut ties. He's never acted like a father, so he doesn't deserve the title. You know, I heard something about that Nejima guy. Apparently, he wanted to get revenge on Chief Inspector Sitsumi for his arrest by going after his daughter. Wait, really? And I heard the police had been searching nonstop to take you into protective custody. So that explains why the police were stalking out your place too. Staking out, sorry. Man, how could I have known that? They came in such intimidating numbers. Wait, huh? Hold on a minute. Doesn't that mean that Nejima was specifically after my life today? That sounds about right. It's a good thing you got out unscathed, or rather, managed to turn the tables on him. Oh, that means, legally speaking, it was self-defense. But that truly was quite frightening. To think I'd have to go through this just for being related to a cop. It's a disgrace. It truly is, to cause their own child such trouble. I'm sorry. It's okay. You're not the one that needs to apologize, lady. I'm sorry. It just reminded me of what happened to my son. Your son? What happened? My child was also kidnapped and murdered in order to enact revenge against the police, you see. What? How awful. That's terrible. I'm sorry to hear that. Now that you say it, I do remember hearing about an incident like that last year. That must have been your son, huh? My condolences. So, when you were taken hostage by Nejima, you used the curse stone in the gardens and swiftly made your getaway? Well, yeah. I didn't really have time to think on it at the time. I only thought of how to get out of there. Then, what about now? Could you use it again? Your curse stone? Well, the curse stone doesn't respond during the day, but it's evening now. So I tried using the curse just now, and yep, it seems I activated it. What? You're using it now? It might still be a little weak. I guess it's not supposed to be used repeatedly. But I think I could get it to work once more. Oh, that's so. Sure is, so I'll give you a final warning. It's already started, so be careful, It started? What started? The curse, of course. All that's left is for the conditions to be fulfilled. What a bitch. She activated her curse? The curse stones can be used already? I let my guard down. I didn't think it could be used this early in the evening. Ma'am, please calm down. Well, what should I do? Should I keep her talking? Okay. Let Okay, let's... Oh, mockingbirds. Oh, right, we did find another one. Okay. Alright. Let's read this and see if we can discover what might activate it. There once was a daimyo from the Hirosaki domain in Tsugaru who built a residence in Midoricho on a large piece of land. On this estate was an almost 8-meter tall tower that served as a lookout for fires. Only a designated firefighter was allowed to use the large drum that resided atop the tower in an event of a fire. While most towers used wooden blocks to sound the fire alarm, for some reason this residence was permitted to use drums. The residence and its special privileges led to much speculation and gossip amongst the townsfolk. Huh. Oh, maybe if we're gossiping? Oh. This is a good one. No, instead of talking about that, how about we talk about why you're so shaken? As I thought, you have a curse stone too. You're a curse bearer, aren't you, lady? There we go. Huh? Ma'am, did she fulfill the conditions? She sure did. Okay, it's time for a beatdown. Jeez, why did you try to hide it now of all times? I wouldn't have come if you weren't a curse bearer. Okay. Ah, stop! Too bad, she's already dead. This is horrific. I'll be taking her curse stone. Whoa, huh? All the haunting clappers needed was a source of fire. That was a close one. Now then, what will you do, Mr. Investigator? You're not a curse bearer, so I don't have any reason to kill you. But I won't show you mercy if you're going to try and capture me. So what'll it be? I still don't know how her curse works. It's too risky to make a move. Your employer's already dead anyway, so there's no reason for you to go out of your way to arrest me, right? I could still do my duty as a citizen and report you, you know. Oh, what a surprise! This is when you decide to suddenly choose the side of righteousness? She was after the same thing, you know. There's no clean hands when it comes to soul dregs. Well, it looks like you don't have anything to say about that. I'll be taking my leave then. Bye-bye! Upon killing Haruo Shiguma, a fellow curse-bearer, Aime Tono obtained more than enough soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. However, it turned out that resurrecting someone who died a long time ago required an even larger amount. To fulfill her heart's deepest desires, she'd need to harvest more. So, she waited for the sun to set, for when the Feast of Shadows effects were at its peak. And she used the one-sided reed curse stone she had stolen from Fumichika Nejima. With it, she proceeded to kill all those whose personal information she knew, starting with those who mattered least to her. About the one-sided reed, kills by dismemberment, one whose face, address, name, occupation, and location are all known by the curse bearer. Many of them were random men, gullible and disposable, drawn in by the allure of a female university student. One noteworthy... Oh no! She got Tsutsume! Fuck! Tsutsume's death threw the investigation efforts into disarray, allowing Ayame to evade capture. Afterwards, she acquired various address registers and phone books and systematically killed the people listed in them. Unsuspecting victims could be safe at home, only to suddenly have their limbs severed. The strange deaths shook society to its core. Damn. But, like, What happens when she resurrected Hokusai? I want to know. I want to know. I want to know. Tell me about it, please. I too am very interested in learning more about Hokusai and his life and his paintings and how his process was. Please tell me. Please. But all things must come to an end, so in time the killings stopped. Sometime after the killings, a modern-day genius female ukiyo-e artist bursts out onto the art scene. She introduced herself as the mysterious Mad Paintress, and her fame grew quickly as she presented one incredible work after another. Praised as the modern reincarnation of Katsushika Hokusai, she quickly made her own mark on history. Okay, so, so lying by omission is... Oh, that was Ayame's bad end. Okay. Yes. Alright. Why me? Okay. Yes, I am. I'm sure you've already noticed. Well, yeah, around last night it was a little too obvious. Judging by your address, I'm guessing you've got the haunting clappers. Yes, that's right. There's a lot of soul dregs on the table for killing a curse bearer, you know. I'm well aware. Did you get soul dregs when you killed Nejima? Of course. His curse stone already contains some soul dregs as well. I think killing one more curse bearer will be enough for the rite. You can combine soul dregs across several stones. Correct. All it needs is the prerequisite amount. As long as you've got that, it doesn't seem to matter where you got them from. I see. Then you won't mind if I took them, right? My lady. You're quite motivated, aren't you? Ma'am. Negotiate. Listen, Ayame. I have something to ask you. No. The answer's no. The curse stone in your possession, I'm not giving it up. You're right. We're both made of stronger stuff than that. You're not giving it up? And neither am I. You know full well, right? What is your wish, Ayame? Is it really to resurrect Katsushika Hokusai? Yes, there's no life that holds more value than his. Including my own. You were saying you'd be willing to die if it meant bringing Hokusai back to life? Not all life is equal. At least, not to me. A life that can birth art with the power to move hearts is infinitely more worthy. Compared to that, the life of someone like me, someone that can't produce a thing, has no value. That's unhinged. I'm still young. It's the age for wild thoughts. But aren't you the same as me? What? You've got a life more important than your own. A life you consider more important than the lives of many others. That's what you're doing this all for, isn't it? You're right. If I can save my son, I couldn't care less about my life or the lives of others. Who's unhinged now? I'm a mother. It is what it is. Dang, the feelings of a proper parent are something else. How did you kill Fumichika Nejima? I'm not telling you. I only ask because it does concern me. He was one of the reasons my child was kidnapped. There's not much to say. We talked, and he cleared the conditions for my stone. Did he show any signs of remorse over his past crimes? It didn't feel like he did, no. I see. The world is full of trash men, I tell ya.
Oh, don't you know it, sister? Based.
I agree. Do you smoke? Huh? Well, a little. Feel free to smoke if you want to, please. I'm okay. I don't see any ashtrays out on display either. Does no one smoke in this family? A little rare, isn't it? Nobody in the family does.
He knows.
Then why did you ask me if I did all of a sudden? Well, Your father, the chief inspector. I met him not too long ago. Oh, really? He came off a little stiff and awkward. That's a surprise. But there was something charming about his seriousness, and he seemed like he cared a lot about his daughter. Please cut it out. It's gross. You don't know a thing about us. Outsiders shouldn't butt into another family's affairs. Though he may as well be a stranger to me now. Even if you cut legal ties, you're still related by blood. Huh? We're not related at all.
Huh?
He probably thought that I never noticed it, but it wasn't hard for me to figure out that I wasn't related to them by blood. So you were adopted? Well, I got curious, so I looked into it. It was all pretty straightforward. I was a baby when they took me in. All they did was raise me. My mother first got pregnant shortly after she married. But it was a stillbirth. The whole affair left a deep wound on her heart. My father couldn't bear to see it. So it was for her sake that he did it. I was a substitute, a replacement for the child she lost. He decided that all by himself. He didn't discuss it. Maybe he was trying to be thoughtful. So any baby would have been fine as long as it could have comforted the woman who hoped to become a mother. Putting it in such a way, it's not easy to raise a child. My mother was bewildered. Wouldn't you be? After being told to raise a baby that wasn't your own. But she couldn't just abandon the baby either. Yet my father just left everything to my mother, never lent a hand. He's so damn selfish. The two of them grew apart. I watched them try and figure out how to understand each other, and the sight of it disgusted me. It was a messed up family, I tell you. Well, I guess my presence was to blame for the rift to begin with. You shouldn't say that. I know he's bad at expressing himself and has his work, but still, that shouldn't be an excuse. But knowing all that, I couldn't take it anymore. It just made me want to hurry up and leave home and live my own life. I still rely on him for tuition and allowance, but that much is normal for most kids, right? I don't want him to start acting like he's my father now just because he's doing the minimum. I'm sorry to hear that. It sounds like it was tough for all of you. I'm sorry, you're right. It's not my place to talk about your family. Well, I may have said too much. To think I spilled all that when I don't even know what the conditions are. Could it be what we were talking about had something to do with the activation conditions for the haunting clappers? Who knows? In a way, I guess you could say you put a stop to Nejima's mass murder schemes. About that. There's no guarantee that I won't do it myself. Huh? I picked up his curse stone of the one-sided reed. It really is something else. Unfortunately, I can't use a curse stone that's not mine until it's late at night. Really? Are you okay with telling me that? Ah, how silly of me. I let that slip. Hi, Panda! But if that's your wish, then what do you plan on doing if you don't get your wish? Oh, I haven't thought of it. I might just keep on trying to bring Hokusai back some other way. You really are obsessed. You and Hyaku's chairwoman might be cut from the same cloth. Who's that? She's like an all-powerful vortex of obsession turned to yokai-level proportions. You saying I'll end up like her? Are you looking forward to such a future? I'd rather not have to wait till I'm old and creaking. I want it to happen now. I'll put my life on the line for Hokusai. There's no room left for negotiations here. You're right, there's not. Ah. Did you try to use your curse just now? It seems I didn't meet your curse's conditions. I wonder if it was smart to secretly toss the lighter I was carrying earlier. When did... You made a mistake when you decided to ask me about smoking. If a source of fire is the condition for your stone, then you won't see me falling for it now. You wasted your chance with all this chatter. All you needed to do was activate your curse first. I brought everything Nejima had on him, including the lighter he was holding. Fuck. Fuck! I just wanted to know all the information I could. But it's over now. Yes, I concede. Alrighty. With your cards on the table, you're out of options. It might be possible for Mr. Investigator there to pin me down by force. But he's not going to do that, is he? Correct. I won't take that risk. Not while your curse conditions are unknown. Coward. I came to kill you and acquire your soul dregs, but after hearing you out, I've got a question for you. Why don't you just give up on the right of resurrection? You said it was your son, right? The one that you want to bring back? But haven't you done enough? I'm sure your son is content knowing you cared for him this much. I'm truly willing to die to resurrect Hokusai, but you can't say the same, right? If you're going to bring your son back, you have to be alive as well, right? In fact, what you really want is for both of you to live, right? Yes. Well, even if you both lived to see it. Your son would grow up knowing you for who you are, someone who stole the lives of others to bring him back. You would be putting the burden of shouldering all the lives sacrificed for him on his little shoulders. Are you really okay with that? If you didn't even think about that, then what you're doing is not for your son. It's for yourself. Aren't you just bringing him back to fulfill your own desires? That's not... Ma'am. What she's saying may be harsh, but holds a kernel of truth. Don't reduce yourself to nothing but a mother who would sacrifice anything for her son. But that's not... We discovered the truth behind his kidnapping. Next, you should take some time to come to understand your own feelings. I'll help you every step of the way. Getting to the heart of things is what an investigator does. I don't blame you for not wanting to get out of bed. If I were in bed right now, that'd be it for me. What will you do? Ma'am, if you relinquish the curse stone to a curse bearer, you will no longer be a curse bearer. You won't be a target anymore. IMA is giving you a chance. Think hard, and then give your answer. Well, if we don't give it up, she's gonna kill us, so... Very well. Here. Thanks! Glad you could see reason. Ma'am, you made the right choice. Dang, you really didn't collect any soul dregs, huh? I promised myself that if I ever used it, it would only be once. But in the end, it didn't come down to numbers. So they only need to be carrying a flame. This seems pretty practical. Well, I'll be taking my leave then. There's no point in going after you for soul dregs, so I'm off to the next curse bearer. Do you know who remains? You speak as if you've already figured it out. I've got a pretty good idea from our talk. What will you do? Do you plan to stop me? It's not my place to intervene. All right, then. Hey, lady, can I borrow your phone? I don't mind. But who are you calling? The cops. I think it would be faster if I called them directly. Okay. We are gonna do this again. And we're gonna kill her. Huh? Ma'am, please think this through. Ma'am, why? It was the only way. Victor, could we settle any outstanding tabs now? Yeah, sure. He's very upset. Some days later. Amamori, you got a moment? Of course. What is it, Mr. Richter? I was just curious. Have you ever heard the legend of the mother who prayed to the Sumida River and resurrected her dear child? Her dead child? What are you on about? The mother searched so desperately for her abducted child that she lost her mind. Her son was found dead in Sumida River, so she then built a mound and continued to pray there until her son somehow emerged from the mound, back from the dead, or so the legend goes. I heard it's being adapted into a no play too. Interesting, and? Well, it just had me thinking that legends really do exist. Sorry to ask again, but... what are you on about? That means she got her son back! Yay! This is like a happy end, honestly. She only killed one person. So, like, Is it really that bad? Oh, no, no, no. This is not the ending of the game. No, this is just one of the endings. This is like her ending. The true end has yet to come about. I just wanted to see what her ending was because I was kind of rooting for her, you know? I feel bad for her. I feel like anybody would, but after Ayume was talking about Tsutsumi like that, the disrespect, bro. He tried his best. Maybe it wasn't good enough for you, but you can only do your best. You can't do more than your best. You know? Oh my goodness. Excuse me. Oh, jazzy music. I love it. Never mind. It is what it is. Welcome to my office. It might be small and dirty, but welcome. Come on, Ernestine. Say hello. That's it. Good girl. Oh, that boy over there? That must be... Hey kid, I'm a private investigator. I worked with your mother not too long ago. What's that? You want to be an investigator when you grow up too? That's great. It's so much better than becoming a police officer. Hey, I'm Amori. Don't you tell the kid to give up on his dreams. I think it's a great idea. Why don't you bring us all some tea instead? Pardon me. Let's start over. What brings you to my humble office today? Wait, but did she live? It wasn't very clear, huh? Alright. So now on to the conclusion. Shit, bruh. The Sumida River. Hey. How long has it been since we saw each other? 3 years? How have you been? I think the last time was when you came to see me after deciding to go to university. That wasn't because I wanted to see you. I just need money to pay my tuition. Not one to mince words, eh? You came alone, right? Yeah, just me. You make it sound like I'm handing over ransom money for hostages. I just don't want to get caught, okay? Never thought I'd see the day that you called the police. There's something I needed to see you about. Well, alright then. We've got a lot to talk about, so let's go through things one by one. The sun is starting to dip down to the horizon. This long, long day is about to end. We don't have to worry about Nejima's threat anymore, but I sure didn't expect this to happen. She sure has changed over the past 3 years. Got more of a grown-up air about her. Hard to believe she's that same little girl who would get omelet all over her face when we took her out to eat. Wait a minute. Is that how far back I have to go for a happy memory together? No wonder she hates me. Think. She called the police asking for me by name and demanded that I come meet her alone here. They asked if I wanted a team to set a perimeter, but I had them stand down. Sure, she might make a run for it, but I don't want her panicking if she has a curse stone. Besides, I'm not trying to take her in by force. Okay.
I'm sorry I couldn't save you from Nejima. Are you hurt?
Wow, I didn't expect that from you.
Huh?
I thought you'd just start questioning me before you bothered to ask how I'm doing.
Well, I'm still your father.
Ooh, maybe Boss can handle this after all. I'm fine. I managed to get away somehow or another.
Right, I'm glad. How is she? Yasuko, I mean.
Mom? I haven't kept in touch with her. I've been on my own this whole time. I'm sure you've reached out to her, though, haven't you?
I did call her this morning, actually, just to make sure she was safe. She's been running around all over the place looking for you.
Sounds like she's fine to me. Did you contact her after I called the police to tell her you'd heard from me?
I did not. Well, I've heard you're into nightlife and staying out late these days. Didn't want her to worry more than she already was.
You're one to talk.
Then I'll put this bluntly. Did you kill Nejima?
And if I did? Why, would you hide me from the police?
Ugh. Well, I don't know if I...
That's what I thought. Your job is the only thing you really care about. Yes, I did it.
You...
I don't think he even knew I was a curse bearer. He brought me to those gardens, and I realized while he was talking to me that he fulfilled the conditions of my curse, so I just gave it a shot. I didn't think it would actually activate. So there's no going back now.
That's not true. You can still make things right before you make them worse.
Then let me say it another way. This is my chance, and I won't throw it away.
Your chance? Did Nejima say anything to you?
He said a lot of bad things about you, that's for sure.
Yeah, not surprised there.
So I said a lot of bad things about you back. I didn't want to be outdone.
Harsh.
In that sense, I felt just a little like he was my kindred spirit.
No, no, no. Kindred spirit? What are you talking about? He's a dangerous criminal.
But I'm a murderer now too, aren't I? Maybe we're not so different.
No, you're different.
Am I?
Well, maybe not that different.
But at least you're honest.
I know I haven't been the best father, but I wonder of all the fathers in the world. Are there any who wouldn't cover for their child if they'd committed a crime?
How should I know? You're the detective here. You must have seen plenty of cases like that.
Yeah. Plenty of parents take the fall for their children or give them a place to hide. As a person, it's wrong, but maybe as a parent, it's the right thing to do.
I don't know. But I think having a father like that would make it easier to go to him for advice if I did do something wrong. Maybe there's a sense of security knowing that no matter what happened, you'd have at least one person on your side.
I see. So that's what it would take to be on your side. I can't do that.
That's okay. I wasn't really expecting you to.
So Nejima really didn't tell you anything?
Not really, no.
Can I ask you one thing? Do you know anything about the talisman Michio Shinaishi had?
Michio Shiraishi?
From the car crash you were in with that Namigaki guy?
Oh, with Yutaro. Yeah, it was there.
Yutaro? That sounds like... So you and him were... I mean...
Not really. He was kind of a boring guy.
What? You're serious? But he said...
You're getting off track, Mr. Sutsumi. The talisman. Get back to the talisman. We shouldn't have relied on him for this.
Well, if you don't plan on seeing him again, doesn't matter, but with the hit-and-run case on top of everything, you're really in deep.
Is that really what you wanted to talk about?
Yeah. I mean, no. Tell me about the talisman. Did you take it from the scene?
You mean this?
That's it!
I picked it up at the scene of the crash. I didn't want to leave fingerprints behind.
That's all. There's really no other reason.
What's the big deal? Is it really that special, this whole thing?
Yeah, it's real important. Would you mind giving it to me?
Important? For what?
For putting a stop to the curses of the 7 mysteries.
Oh, so that means if I give you the talisman, I won't be able to use the right. Then, no way. I'm definitely keeping it.
Oh, I screwed that one up.
Mr. Sitsumi, you really can't do any better than that. Come on, talisman.
Will you give me the talisman?
What? No way! I can't lose the right.
Why are you willing to go so far for the rite of resurrection? What do you want with it?
Even if I told you, you wouldn't understand. You would just call it stupid and dismiss the idea completely.
Come on, I wouldn't do that. Maybe together we can think of a way for you to get what you want without resurrection.
I want to bring Katsushika Hokusai back to life.
Hokusai? What? Hokusai? The ukiyo-e artist? That Hokusai? You want to bring him back to life?
That'd be quite the feat, huh?
That's... You... I heard you liked his art, but... Why would you do something so stupid?
See?
Ugh.
The only time I ever felt there was a place I belonged was when I was immersed in the dreamlike world of ukiyo-e. Though I'm sure you never noticed.
Really, I had no idea.
It saved me. Hokusai is the reason I'm still alive today.
I didn't know you felt so hopeless.
You would only realize it now, but it's too late. Feeling sorry won't do either of us any good. From the moment I heard about the rite of resurrection, I knew that was my destiny. If this is all I ever accomplish, I'll die happy.
You're really serious about this? You have a curse stone, don't you?
I do.
You wouldn't happen to feel like handing it over, would you? The police will handle any damages the curse caused. Now, before you do any more wrong with it.
I'm not giving it up.
Of course not. Me being a curse bearer, are you after my life?
That's exactly what I'm here for. I didn't come to chat. We can talk all you want, but as soon as the conditions for my curse is met, I'll use it. No hesitation.
What a stone-cold bitch. Or do you have more than one? How many curse stones do you have?
3. Not that it matters.
3, huh?
I'm not handing them over. I think I've let you talk enough. Mind letting me have a turn?
By all means.
You're hiding something. You're hiding something from me, aren't you? If we lie, then we meet her curse conditions, I think.
Well, sure, you can't live as long as I have without having a secret or two.
Of course you'd try to dodge the question. Now then, let me tell you how my curse stone, the Taiko Sugaru, works.
What?
My curse bludgeons to death anyone I find out is hiding something from me. So if you try to cover something up that I know is true, I'll be able to use my curse on you. With that in mind, can I ask you one more thing?
I get it. Why you wanted to see me. Then let me tell you one thing first. The Evergreen Beach has a similar condition. I can use my curse on anyone who tells me a lie.
What? How is that fair? And you'd use that curse on me?
As an officer of the law, it's inexcusable. But as a parent with a duty to his child, I have no other choice.
Are you threatening me? Do you really think that's enough to convince me to do as you say?
I don't want to use it either, but for your sake, I suggest you try not to lie.
Go ahead then. If I lie, then so be it. Okay, I'm gonna ask. If you try to hide it now, you really will die. Am I your real daughter? I'm just a baby you picked up to replace your stillborn, aren't I? And you could never bring yourself to tell me who my real parents were, so you just kept hiding it. Still too much of a coward to tell me, huh? You don't like the truth, so you won't admit it. That my real parent is the man I was just with.
Ayame! Is that all you have to say? Then I only have one answer for you. You are, honestly and truly, our daughter. Nothing more, nothing less.
Even now, you're still trying to hide it? Why? Are you really that stupid? Ugh. Ugh. Boss. Why? Is your pride worth dying for? Damn. I should have known. Why? Why go this far to hide it?
Listen.
Huh? How?
Be proud, no matter what happens. You are our precious daughter.
No way. How are you still alive?
I don't know what that piece of shit Nejima filled your head with. But you're not Shino. And you're not Ashino either. You're our daughter. Ayame Sitsumi. Right, I guess it's Tono now. Well, that's fine too. Sitsumi, Tono, both will always be a part of who you are.
What? Why are you doing this? That's not true. The curse proves it's not true.
Sure, you probably don't have many memories of us playing together. And I did leave everything at home to your mom, and I was barely ever there for you. Even so, when I was working, no matter how grisly a crime scene I was at, all I ever wanted was for you to grow up to be happy. That's it.
Why say all of this now?
So do one last thing for me. I want you to tell me the truth too. And if you lie to me now, I'm taking you with me.
Stop. I can't.
The mastermind behind all this, the one who awakened the curse of the 7 mysteries in order to use the right, wasn't you, was it?
No. I wouldn't even know how to do that.
And picking up Michio Shirashi's talisman was just coincidence, right?
Huh? Yeah, I already told you that.
Good. Hearing that, I can rest easy. You're nothing like Nejima. You can stand on your own 2 legs. You can keep living without escaping into a fantasy. You can hate me. You can dream all the crazy dreams you want. Just don't ever stop trying to do good. You're a victim of your curse, too. It's not too late to atone with a hit and run for using the curse. Don't run away. You can still make things right. I know you can, because you're my daughter. And after that, just live the best life that you can.
Dad!
Boss! Boss!
Yeah, me too. I'm grinding the club. That day, at 6:18 p.m., Ayame Tono was taken into custody. Tetsuo Tsutsumi death was confirmed at the same time. The 5 curse stones possessed by Tsutsumi, as well as the other 3 given up by Ayame, lost their curse bearers. This temporarily extinguished their spirit power, allowing Mio Kurosuzu to obtain them and seal them away without difficulty. The Yin talisman possessed by Ayame Tono was recovered and entrusted to Mio Kurosuzu as well. Thus, any massacre that could potentially be caused by this iteration of the curses was prevented before it could ever happen. Or so it seemed. What the fuck do you mean, or so it seemed? What the fuck? I'm so upset right now. Oh my god. Depression. Alright, the resentful memory of the Taiko Sugaru. The deep sound of drums once more reverberates through the night air. How long has it been since we started hearing them each day? Could it be coming from the daimyo's residence? I've heard they have a drum in their fire watch tower instead of wooden clackers, but I don't see a fire. So why are they sounding the drum? Then, one morning, a body was found. Isn't that old man Kanzo, the ukiyo-e painter? He lived nearby, but had been down and out for years, despite his best efforts to sell his works. Every now and then, his granddaughter would visit, and he would teach her to paint. It was the old man's only pleasure. One day, his granddaughter told him about her dreams, curses, souls, resurrections. Hearing her tale, the old man was gripped by a sudden zeal and began to paint with great fervor. His work quickly became famous, enchanting all those who viewed the strange imagery. Even the daimyo had taken notice. What could possibly have happened? The people whispered amongst each other. It looked almost as if he had been beaten like a drum. Oh, okay, that was weird. That's weird. And the resentful memory of the reed. Okoma was a lovely woman. She was spirited, worked hard, and lived a frugal yet pleasant life until her husband hanged himself. My husband? A swindler? Who would believe such a thing? Okoma was determined to clear her husband's name, that is, when she met Tomizo, a man that was a stranger to these parts. This man must be one of those daimyo spies. It appears that after my husband I will be next. So be it, but what is he hunting for? Okuma, putting on the airs of a woman mourning her husband, went to the bridge nightly to seek information from Tomizo. She soon discovered that she was right, and that her husband had been deceived. Okuma had decided to bring her newfound knowledge to the daimyo. Much to Tomizo's alarm, angered at having been misled, he confronted her on the bridge, but Okuma would not listen. She cursed him, called him vile names, and eventually his patience had worn thin. Blood splattered everywhere, and by the time he returned to his senses, it was already too late. He looked over the bridge into the river of blood below and saw the corpse of a woman missing both an arm and a leg. Well, damn. Sorry for keeping you out so late, Mio. I can't take my mind off the curse-bearer who was never found. Oh, it's no problem for me. I usually work at night anyway. Did you see Yako home safely? Yep, we sent her home in a patrol car earlier. Apparently, she put up quite a fuss, saying she wanted to see things through to the end. Thank you. The Feast of Shadows was starting to take effect, so it would have been dangerous. 8 p.m. with no one around. This place is as silent as the grave. No one wants to go out at night in these parts after everything that's happened over the past 2 days. Oh!
We collected a mockingbird. Let's go!
Alright, nothing else here. Oh. Hmm? What's wrong? Next is Detective Ario. What? So much has happened this evening, but it's still not over. We haven't found the curse bearer of the Whispering Canal, and we still have to put a stop to these curses. I can't get my mind off the remaining curse stone, the Whispering Canal, and who the mastermind is. But we have to deal with that thing before I can worry about any of that. How's it going with the two talismans? Have you figured out the location of the Record of Fate's Yun Scroll? I have, more or less. When I combined the contents of the two talismans, they formed a seal which could be undone. The things inside the talismans that look like scraps of wood were actually a tiny scroll kept folded up by the seal. Who'd have thought the talismans actually contained the scroll itself? So that's the Yin Scroll then? What's it say? Well, there's one more seal we have to undo to open the scroll. It's giving me some trouble, so I was actually hoping you could help me out. Okay, unlocking the seal. Got it. Sure thing. I don't know what I'll be able to do, but let me at it. Wow, I didn't expect you to be so eager to help. It's oddly reassuring. Okay, let's see. There are 5 seals holding the scroll shut. I think we have to remove them in the correct order. Each seal has a different design. A carp, a light, a beech leaf, a taiko drum, and a reed. Remove the 5 seals in the right order. Okay. If we get it wrong, it's gonna go boom? Huh? No, we'll just have to try again. I tested it once already. Oh, you already tried it yourself? So brave. I think it's devised so the seal can only be done if the curses for the rite have already been unleashed. And I think there's a hint to opening it hidden in something related to the curses. Just let me know when you're ready. Guess it makes sense for such an important document to be sealed so tight. Might help to talk things over with me if I get stuck. Okay. Consult! It won't explode or anything, so we might as well give it a try. I see. Okay. Let's do it. Let's remove them. Remove the 5 seals in the correct order. I don't know what the correct order is at all. I don't want that. I want files. Yes, let's go see our new bird here. We got... I don't remember which one we got, actually. This one. Budgie Mary instead of Bloody Mary. That is so fucking funny. Oh, wait. There we go, 7 mysteries. So, the Whispering Canal, let's look at this, is a carp. And that one was the first one that we got. Okay. The carp. Oh god. Okay. I don't know if I'm doing this right. Maybe I'm not. But this is what I'm trying to... So the beckoning light we got towards the end, and that is a light. The beach... I think we got... No, this is what Araishi had. This is what Harue had. This is the one that it's a mask that Yako had. What are my options again? Light seal, beech leaf, taiko drum, reed seal. So I think it's beech and light and then taiko and then we're gonna say reed. No. Was not right. Nope, no good. Okay. Consult! Do you recognize any of the things on these seals? They look sort of familiar. Maybe there'd be something in our files. Well, yeah. I know that. They're the curse stones. Maybe they have to be in order of the 7 mysteries of Honjo? So, the Whispering Canals of the Carp, and then the Light. And then the beach. And then the Tycho, and then the Reed. Oh, that's just up and down. I don't think that's gonna work. Yeah. Can I just see like a picture? Oh, okay, I can see a picture of all the curse stones. Okay. So, maybe it's Carp, Beach, Tycho, Reed, Light? No. Damn it. I have no idea. Alright, Mio. Yes, I know that. There's some order to the 7 mysteries of Honjo that correspond to them. Okay, I guess we gotta, like, look at them again closely. Let's read them all again. Okay. No. Let me go like that. I was trying to think, like, maybe it's in the order that they happened, but I don't know if that's even the correct thinking. Probably has to do with events that took place around then. Well, obviously, you are not helpful, Mio. doesn't really mention Edo. So maybe this one is last. I really... Oh, we're missing some. Interesting. Trash can emoji. I love it. I know that there's a connection between them, but I don't know what the order is. I know what the connection is. It's about the resurrection. Man, I'm lost. I don't understand. I'm starting to notice something. I think the order for the seals could be the order in which the people who became Curse Echoes died. The information in their resentful memories are only fragments, but we might be able to see their relative order. Would that make the old man from the Taiko Sugaro the first? Okay. Would it? Does okay. Ooh. So it's the Taiko, and then I lost I'm one. Some people call me Panda. Oh my god. So mean. Why are you picking on me? Alright, Taiko. I think maybe it's the Reed. Then oh my god. I don't know. I don't know, Mio. I'm stupid. Just tell me the answer. Okay, so now I'm just screwed because she didn't say anything else. Got it. Okay. So the taiko drum is first. And that is... It's supposed to be used in a fire. So maybe it's the light next? Because I don't know if it means this light or if it means this light. Alright, so we're gonna go taiko, light, let's see. Okay, so then it must be the beach then, right? Because people started talking about the reed, the ritual, right? And then the reed and then the carp. Why is that one not right? I'm so lost. Please, Mio. Please tell me the answer. Fuck! Oh? Oh, you got pizza. Put some chili crisp on top. It's really delicious. Yes, I would like a slice, depending on the flavor. If it's cheese, then absolutely. Well, we know the taiko is first. Sausage, pepperoni, and cheese. Oh, you know what? That's like my dad's favorite pizza. Oh. Oh, there we go. I disappeared for a second. Mmm. Sausage, pepperoni, cheese pizza sounds pretty good. I'll have a slice. Put some chili crisp on top. Nom nom nom. Make it a little spicy. Okay. Kinshibori. Ooh. That name is familiar. So Jinkichi disappears, and then he's hanging from the tree. So those two must be last. Right? You fucking whore. I'm literally the worst, right? Did I pick beach or light first? I don't remember. No, wait, beach is supposed to be last. Oh, that's why it's wrong. Light, reed, carp, beach. No! Tycho. Reed. Light. Carp. Beach. I am gonna McFrickin' lose it. Am I just, like, stupid? Like, I don't understand. Okay. So, Tycho is first. And then... let's see what this is about. Well, this one says a young... So, family and a child. So maybe this one is last. The light. And then it's the canal. And then... because this is about Jinkichi. And the Evergreen Beach is also about Jinkichi. And the one-sided reed. Oh, until her husband hung himself. So, maybe the carp is last. And, I mean, maybe this is Toki's mom. And then the Jinkichi, the guy who hung himself, is her dad. And then she went missing. So it's the Tycho, the light, the reed. Beach. Carp. Tycho. Beach. Reed. Light. Carp. Tycho. Beach. Reed. Carp. Light. Oh my god, I did it. We are so amazing, you guys. We did it. I don't want to know how long it took other people to get it. Holy shit. Oh, okay. Wow, you got it right. It's open. At long last, after 15 attempts... Shut the fuck up, Mio! Don't call me out! I realized that since there were only 120 possible combinations, I was bound to get it eventually. Now we can finally read what's written inside. Let's see. Okay. Alright. It is said that Seimin Tsuchi Mikado, author of the Record of Fates, wrote the Yin-Scroll because he feared that the descendants of those involved in the Honjo incident might become cursed and used in the collection of soul dregs for the rite of resurrection. The existence of the Yin-Scroll is indicated in a postscript added to the Record of Fates, but its whereabouts are currently unknown. It is believed to have been inherited by a descendant of Seimin. The text has been preserved in the form of 2 talismans, held by Hajime Yoshimi and Michio Shiraishi. It contains a full account of the Honjo incident. And the following is written in Seimin's hand. I bequeath the scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is my curse echo. My body, that is a living continuation of my bloodline. My spirit, that is my own consciousness. During the Edo period, oh yeah, we saw, okay, so this is the continuation. This is a story that takes place in the late Edo period. There was once a family that lived in a row house in Honjo. The family consisted of Natsuke craftsman Jinkichi, his wife Koma, and their daughter Toki. They enjoyed a poor but happy existence. One day, they took in a man by the name of who claimed to be a Shomoji. He was on the run, having barely escaped with his life from something or another, and wound up in Honjo. The tough circumstances had left him sick and destitute. Jinkichi felt sorry for the man and decided to shelter him. The stranger was deeply grateful for the kindness and care of the Jinkichi's family, as without it, he would have surely died, and told them thusly on the day of his departure, I want to give you my thanks, but unfortunately I have nothing of value. He paused, then asked, Is there anyone you want to bring back to life? Turned out that the man's true name was Tsuchi Mikado Seimin, a descendant of a renowned onmyoji, and he had been researching the fabled rite of resurrection. For his crime in unearthing this forbidden rite, he was chased out by his family. But he wrote everything down about the spell in a book he named The Record of Fates while on the run. Whoever sought to perform the rite would need to kill people and gather their soul dregs. Seimin had only researched the rite out of the spirit of inquiry, but thought himself willing to use the rite if it was for the sake of Jinkichi's family. However, Jinkichi shook his head. Sacrificing someone is unthinkable. We didn't help you because we wanted something in return, so you owe us nothing, he said, declining the unbelievable offer. Seimin bowed his head in gratitude countless times at those words and left their house. In the same area, there lived an ukiyo-e artist known as Old Man Kanzo. His art didn't sell much, but he often looked after Toki while Jinkichi and Koma were out working. Young Toki heard Seimin's talk about the rite of resurrection, but being too young to comprehend it, regaled it to Old Man Kanzo as a story of fiction. Old Man Kanzo, inspired by the story and filled with renewed vigor, put his heart and soul into his next painting. The piece centered around the theme of resurrection became an instant hit in town. Jinkichi, being a shrewd businessman, saw an opportunity and jumped on the bandwagon by carving Natsuke, connected to Old Man Kanzo's ukiyo-e. He made up stories about his Natsuke, telling the people that their blessings were connected to resurrection, and his business rapidly flourished. That man unknowingly left us a wonderful gift, thought Jinkichi and his family, but they were unaware of the tragedy that would soon unfold. Before long, word of Old Man Kanzo's wonderful ukiyo-e reached the ears of a local daimyo, and he was summoned to the lord's residence, but what awaited him was not praise, but cruel torture at the hands of Ashino, a female onmyoji who was in pursuit of Seimin. It was her who pressured Seimin into researching the rite of resurrection, which she secretly planned to use to preserve her beauty for all eternity. Ashino took advantage of the fact that Daimyo's heart was weak and frail following the loss of his family, and manipulated him into capturing Old Man Kanzo, the source of the recent rumors about resurrection. Ooh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh Oh, my earbud fell out. Shit. Tell me where you heard of the rite of resurrection, Ashino demanded, as the brutal beatings continued. It was said that the eerie sound of the beatings rang out like the beating of a taiko drum night after night, reaching even the watchtower of the Sugaru residence. In the end, Ashino's cruel torture secured her the information on Jinkichi's family and the existence of the Record of Fates. The daimyo sent his chief retainer to bring in Jinkichi, and the torture resumed afresh with the new captive. This time, she intended to obtain the whereabouts of Seimin and the location of the Record of Fates. Jinkichi didn't know where Seimin went, but even if he did, he had no intention of telling and stubbornly kept his mouth shut. The torture was pushed too far, and Jinkichi was unintentionally killed before he spoke a word. The daimyo had Jinkichi's corpse hanged from a beech tree and declared that, unable to bear the guilt of his crime of deceiving the masses with false rumors of resurrection, Jinkichi had committed suicide. This, too, was all part of Ashino's plan to send a message to the common folk, especially the increasing number of those who sought out the rite for themselves. News of what happened to Jinkichi spread, and people lost interest in the rite, wondering if the stories of resurrection were all but a lie. But rumors that the daimyo's word was perhaps not all that truthful spread quickly when a dancer claimed to have witnessed the chief retainer's cold-blooded handiwork firsthand, and Honjo fell into unrest once more. The chief retainer arrested the girl and proposed a deal to put a stop to the rumors. The girl was to say she just wanted attention and retract her story, but saying it was entirely made up. In exchange, she would be given a most wondrous stage to perform on, but when the day came, she was suffocated by the mask, prepared for the performance. Unbeknownst to her, the mask had been covered in glue, as a part of the plan to kill and silence her. Koma never believed for a moment that her husband, Jinkichi, had committed suicide. She was certain someone was behind his death and asked around persistently for the names, addresses, and any other information she could find on people with connections to the daimyo. The chief retainer would not allow things to escalate any further and had Tomizo, a ronin who once served as a spy, go after her. However, she turned the table on him, shouting, "It was you who killed my husband, wasn't it?" Confronted with the accusation, Tomizo flew into a blind rage and cut Koma down in broad daylight. Ordered to take responsibility for his failure by committing seppuku, he exposed the daimyo's plot as he disemboweled himself by the lanterns of the soba cart used to give coded signals. With both her parents gone, through means unbeknownst to her, Toki found herself to be all alone. One day, late at night, she went searching for her parents and met her doom, falling into a canal where she drowned. Meanwhile, the chief retainer had made no headway whatsoever in finding Seimin's whereabouts, and an incensed Ashino decided to set fire to his residence, burning him alive. In truth, all those connected to these events thus far were cursed by Ashino, so that their souls would turn into soul dregs upon death, which she had been collecting. All she needed to perform the rite now was to get her hands on the Record of Fates. Sensing that there was something serious at work behind the recent string of strange events in Honjo, Seimin returned to find he was too late. He broke down in tears when he learned of the unfortunate and the unnatural deaths of Jinkichi's family had met. Seimin realized it was the handiwork of Ashino when he found their soul dregs had been collected, and decided he had to prevent any further sacrifices from happening by confronting her on the Honjo Bridge. What ensued was a fierce battle of spells that endured until the break of dawn, though those who did not know any better only saw what they believed to be eerie flashes and supernatural orbs of light. At the end of the long battle, Ashino defeated Seimin and obtained the Record of Fates, but he had placed a curse upon her foot. Ashino dragged her foot, corrupted and horribly inflamed, and sought refuge at a nearby residence of a retainer, and angrily demanded they wash her foot. Ashino died then and there, filled with agony, and her foot cursed and rotten. Seimin, too, having sustained serious wounds during their fight, died that day on Honjo Bridge, still filled with regret. However, Seimin came back to life, knowing that there would be enough soul dregs in place during their confrontation. He had prepared a spell that would activate the rite of resurrection upon his passing. Feeling that his curiosity was responsible for the terrible tragedy that had unfolded, he was left with a keen understanding of why the rite of resurrection was forbidden, and became determined to seal it away. Indeed, the reason he resurrected himself was for that very purpose. However, he did not know what had become of the Record of Fates. With nothing to seal away, he instead used the remaining soul dregs to turn 9 of the Netsuke made by Jinkichi into ritual implements to be sealed away in Honjo. He placed a spell so that, should someone try to activate the Rite of Resurrection again, all 9 pieces will awaken at once, and to pass the whole truth of these events to future generations. He wrote everything down in the Record of Fate's Yin Scroll and passed it down to his descendants. Meanwhile, the townspeople kept silent about the incidents out of fear of being cursed. However, these occurrences were so strange that gossip about it couldn't truly be contained. Over time, the details became more and more vague as the stories grew into legends, and that is how they came to be called the 7 Mysteries of Honjo. Damn. I see. What does it say? First is a detailed account of the tragedy surrounding the Rite of Resurrection that occurred in Honjo back in the Edo period. The whole story of what we call the Honjo incident is laid out clearly. That incident was the origin of the 7 Mysteries of Honjo and their curses, right? Yes, the resentment of the victims of the incidents turned into curses, which are these curse echoes. The contents are organized like an answer sheet, so it doesn't just give us the information we need. Is there anything else? Yes, here's what we've been looking for. I bequeath this scroll to future generations to be used in the event that calamity should arise from this grievous incident, it says. Whoa, he foresaw all this happening. And it continues. Those who seek to forestall disaster must gather these 3 items in one place to cast my rite of cleansing and expel all rituals and curses in full. My soul, that is, my curse echo. My body, that is, a living continuation of my bloodline. My mind, that is, my own consciousness. Wow, so if we gather these 3 things in one place, Saemon's ritual, or rite of cleansing, will activate and completely negate the curses in the Rite of Resurrection. Ooh, that's it! That's exactly what we needed. The 3 things are Saemon's soul, body, and mind. It says the soul is Saemon's curse echo. His curse echo? So Saemon himself is a part of the 7 mysteries? Now that you mention it, Mr. Araishi said something along those lines before. There's another hint written here. My curse echo holds my curse brings ruin to curse bearers. What kind of hint is that? Maybe it'll make more sense as we keep looking. But will the curse echo still appear if the curse bearer is already gone? Next, the body is a descendant of Saemon's, it seems. Wasn't Yoshimi a relative of Saemon? He and Michio Shiraishi, who had the other talisman... Ugh, both of them had already passed by the time this iteration of the curses was unleashed. Damn, that's true. What are we gonna do? His bloodline was so split up, there have to be others. Oh, there's another note here too. Where? Is it another hint? As for the body, seek not only one who bears my blood, but one with strong spirit sense. Such an individual will be able, if a spirit attempts to possess them, to instead take control of that spirit themselves. So it says. Do we know anyone like that? I can't think of anyone. Let's move on for now. Next is the mind. What's the difference between the mind and the soul? In paranormal theory, it is said that humans are made up of soul, body, and mind. The mind is essentially thought to be part of the spirit that makes up one's consciousness or one's self. It's like driving. The body is the car, the soul is the control system, and the mind is the driver. I see. I think that makes sense. So, is there a hint for finding this one too? Well, let's see. There's this. Should the Rite of Resurrection be activated elsewhere, so too shall my mind be awakened there. Saemon tried to seal away the Rite of Resurrection, but before he could, Ashino stole the Record of Fates. So, as a countermeasure to the rite being activated, he made it so that his mind would be released from the seal. Okay, but what does that actually mean? What it means is, Saemon's mind awoke the night the rite was activated, and must be possessing someone out there right now. What? So we have to get that person together with everything else. Alright, so we have to find the Curse Echo, the Descendant, and the person possessed by Saman. Then we just get them together in one place and we'll be good to go. Right, but there is one thing. The second and third ones could both be the same person. Ooh, but who could that be? If it's like how Michio lost her memories when she was possessing Yako, Saman's consciousness might not be aware of who it really is. So, if he learned the truth, would he start to act of his own accord? Oh, then could that person already be... Oh, hold on a second. Someone's coming this way. Excuse me, could I interrupt for just a moment? Who might you be? Would you mind buying this can of juice I just finished drinking for 10,000 yen? Huh? I'll even throw in these bones from some fried chicken. You can't beat a deal like this. I don't really want them. Don't say that. Come on, they're delicious. Actually, I thought I might just have a picnic right here. Won't you join me? Sorry, I don't understand. What should we do? Well, it's not like we need this exact spot, and we can't do anything with other people around. Let's just move somewhere else. Sorry. We're in the middle of something, so we'll just be on our way. What? Ugh. It hurts. This is a curse. Damn. That's really how the fucking game ends. That's so upsetting. Like, really, I'm so mad. I'm so upset by this. Fucking Yoko. Fuck you. You have my heartful thanks for all your hard work thus far. This brings the story, The Seven Mysteries of Honjo, to a close. And who could have foreseen such a conclusion? Unfortunately, it seems the so-called mastermind was one step ahead of you. She remains hidden, leaving behind no evidence. Perhaps there is truly no way to stop her. However, should you find that this conclusion is not to your liking, by all means, please pursue a different path. You've done it once before, so I'm sure you already know how. With that, I shall be taking my leave. I've been your humble storyteller. Good night. What the hell? I don't even know where we could even, like, begin to go from here. Fucking bitch. I am at a loss. Really, I am. That's fucked up. I don't even know what to say now. Hold on. I'm gonna look at Steam for one second here. Just one little second here. One little second. Click on our game. We only have 70% of the trophies. So maybe there's another ending. I don't know. I did not get cased closed, which is complete the story. So that means there's more. Fuck. Oh, man. I want to know what it is, but I guess I'd have to consult Mr. G, Mr. Google. I don't want to, but we'll leave that for another time. Because I think that there's probably only one more ending. I don't know. I could be wrong. Ooh, a puzzle game on Steam, Islands of Insight. I will take a look at it, for sure. That sounds fun. I love puzzle games. I'm not good at them, clearly. But, yeah. Oh, the Steam Summer Sale is now till the 11th. Too bad I have absolutely no money. What did you say it was? Island of Insight. Okay. So I will look at that, and I will perchance maybe figure out how to continue our game. Oh god, I also need a sugar mama to give me games. Oh, that'd be so cool. Anyway, I guess I'm calling it a night because I don't know what else to do. And we shall consult Mr. G on our free time. And maybe come back to this. Alrighty, well, that was definitely not a good end to the game. So I do apologize. But, have a good night. I bid thee adieu.